Hey, podcast listeners, is another wonderful episode of What's Your Brand Story? Of course, I'm your host, Stills Victoria. I know if you're listening to this podcast, that means that you are alive and well. So exercise gratitude, as I say every single day, for myself and when I'm doing the episode. So today's episode is going to be all things magical, spiritual, creative, all the things. I have an amazing, amazing goddess, Lisa. She is the owner and founder and creator of Magical Healing Works. She is a plethora of things, all things spiritual, all things magical. I just wanted to bring her on to talk about her experience doing with the stuff that she does and what sets her apart, and also, find out what her brand story is. So thanks, Lisa, for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you for the invite. I appreciate that. Got a lot
Absolutely.
going on.
So can you tell us who you are and exactly what you do?
Okay, so my name is Lisa from Magical Healing Works. I do readings. I do runic Reiki, not just regular Reiki. I'm more of an empath. I do mediumship sometimes. It kind of just sometimes it happens during readings, but not always. So it's not something that I advertise and something that I do, but it does happen when I start channeling messages. Let's see, but I'm a very powerful empath. I can sense energies in the body. I can clear them, um, that kind of thing. So,
Gotcha, gotcha.
mhm.
So when you talk about runic, I've never heard that terminology before. Can you get a little deeper of what that is?
Yeah, sure. So the runes were discovered in Scandinavia and off the coast of Nova Scotia.
Hmm.
So they were originally like grave markings, and they would build these big runes, what they're called rune stones, with the runes on the stones, kind of like a homage to their gods or goddesses, that kind of thing. And it was
Hmm.
mostly, I think, originally used for divine communication, that kind of thing. But when the Vikings saw the Romans using their letters as vocabulary, as writing, so that's when they adopted the writing, and they started using the runes as their primitive language. So,
Mm.
and the runes that were found off the coast of Nova Scotia actually predate Columbus's voyage to America, proving that the Vikings were here first.
Mm. Okay, cool. That's what's up. I love that. See, we get
Uh-huh.
all types of education up on this channel, on this episode, on this podcast.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So when did you know that this was your purpose, your calling, the mission? What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it was, it's a long journey home. It's kind of little nudges, little people you meet along the way, things you see on TV. And I just started really gravitating towards the Thor Marvel movies.
Mhm.
And I'm not a movie watcher at all. Like,
Wow.
not my thing. But when that came out, I was started watching the movies, and my husband would complain, "You only want to watch a movie if it Thor's in it." And then I was like, well, so eventually, that kind of, I started researching the Norse gods. And when you're working with deities, the more attention you give to them, they give back to you. And so when I started, just by the act of researching, started to build this connection, or maybe or discover the connection, something that was already there started to come through, and it just kind of went from there, just from my research.
Awesome. That
Mhm.
reminds me, I used to love watching The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, and
Oh
because
yeah,
there were,
yeah.
not Sun and Moon, and then there was all the Egyptians and all this other kind of
Hmm.
stuff. And
Yeah.
at that point in time, I wasn't on my journey when it came to working with Mother Goddess Isis. And so when I did start working with her, I'm like, oh shit, okay, that's why I used to like them type of movies.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny how you gravitate towards things. Even my daughter, who was 5 years old, we we would go into metaphysical shops, and she would just gravitate right towards the Egyptian stuff, and she would start telling me about the scarab beetle and everything. And I'm just like, how do you
Mhm.
know this at 5 years old? So
Exactly. You
yeah,
see, all up
you
in
just
it, all up
know,
in it.
you know. So
That's good. So, what sets you apart from everyone else that does what you do? What is that unique value, quality, oomph that sets you apart?
well, I would say that over the past 20 or so years, it's just been a layer of all the things that I have done. So when I started in 2002, I started with
Mhm.
the SGI, Japanese Buddhist organization, and I was chanting in Japanese,
Oh,
which woke up my chakra centers. Um,
wow.
and at the same time, I started eating more of a Japanese diet too, because I was just like, yeah, this American diet thing, this is not what I want. This So I started to really follow up, study nutrition, and I was really good at it. In high school, I was in nursing. I had high honors in anatomy and physiology and microbiology. I was always a little bit of a nerd kind of thing. So, when I would study the holistic medicine, and I was energetically, I resonated with it as well. So anything that I resonate with energetically, I keep at it. So it's just been a long time of researching, like I said, the Japanese Buddhism, the nutrition, herbal medicine, holistic medicine. Then I got into Norse mythology, which led me to the runes, and now I'm currently in a course to studying to be a master of rune energies.
Nice. I love
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been to the SGI Center in New York a couple
Mm-hmm.
years ago, and I've done some. I went to a couple of Buddhist, I guess, events here in Savannah when I was like in 2018, 2019. So I
Mm-hmm.
was fascinated with it, and sometimes when I go to sleep, I would listen to like 8 hour Buddhist meditation music just to like regulate my nervous system and stuff is going on. I'm like, oh shit, okay, I need this.
So in this,
So
oh, sorry.
no,
So
no, go ahead.
in this course, right, I was looking to learn about more Seder magic. Seder is the Old Norse word for seer. So I was trying to look for more something along those lines, Old Norse, as far as their physical practices go. But when I entered into this course with the Knights of Runes, the manner in which they worked with the rune energies was a lot like everything I was doing in Japanese Buddhism. And
Mhm.
at first I was like, wait a minute, this is remedial for me. Like I'm not trying to take steps back here. Like I'm trying to
Right.
learn something new. But then I
Mhm.
realized that, it wasn't even just a matter of repeating something. It was integrating something new into an old practice. It was just he was just the creator of this program was just using that practice to harness their own energies, and is very effective. Like I use
Mhm.
hand mudras and that kind of thing. Um,
Mhm.
yeah. So the runes are not just letters of the alphabet like we use today. They're actually like physical and sound representations of energies
Mhm.
that exist. And when you use that symbol and when you use that sound, it knows its name, it knows its job. You call on it, it comes to you and does its job.
Wow. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to sit down with you sometime.
Yeah. So the altar that they do for the rune rituals, because I do a whole rune ritual thing, right? Um,
Mhm.
that is the offering that you're giving to that rune spirit and inviting it in. What an altar is a physical, like anchor in the physical world, like giving that spirit permission to work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I had 8 altars in my house at one time.
So you know.
I
But yeah, yeah. So
familiar.
I mean, for the longest time, I didn't actually understand them. I mean, I knew the reason for the altar was, of course you're paying respect, but the nuts and bolts, how it works and why it's important.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
different story altogether. I
Yeah,
love that.
exactly. So I think
Yeah.
my depth of knowledge of the mechanics of magic is what sets me apart. And that's why like
Yes.
everything that I've been through so much energetically, because I
Mhm.
can feel so much. And when I do spell work, I can feel what's happening. Where there's a lot of people there on TikTok saying do this, do that, but they're not really feeling what's going on when they're doing spell work. I
Right.
can. So I've done a lot of trial and error. So my products are all made of that trial and error. And anything that has worked well for me, surefire, without a doubt, is what's in my products.
Good. And I love that. I always say that because we both have something in common when it comes to the work that we do, because I also do create bracelets, waist beads, anklets, and the like. And so I
Mm-hmm.
always pull energy from source to work through me when I'm doing my pieces, so that when people get it, they actually feel the energy of source, they feel the energy of their spirit guides or whoever the heck it is, right? In spirit
Yeah,
land. And I think
exactly.
that's important. And it's just not creating a bracelet or a waist bead or something. It's deeper than that. And when I'm doing it, it's therapeutic for me.
Yeah, and it's delivering the energy to the people who need it, and that's
Absolutely.
the boat. It's the crystals and that kind of thing. So,
Hmm.
um,
Absolutely. Good stuff. So, question for you. What is your definition of a brand story?
a brand. Well, this is. You're gonna have to tell me that because I don't know. I don't know what that
Well,
looks like yet. I'm so busy creating and just trying to keep up and keep everything moving that I don't really have a whole lot of time for the business end of things. And like, I just got my stuff up on Amazon. I got like maybe 5 candles up on Amazon, and that's all I got. You know what I mean? So
well, a brand story is pretty much your origin. My definition of brand story of what I help my clients with is your origin story of why you're doing what you're doing. You know, what was that experience like when you finally came to the realization, like, oh shit, this is my purpose and my mission,
yeah,
and also how has, huh?
it took me about a year to really hammer that out because
Yeah.
I guess I was being guided by spirit to do a lot of the things that I didn't really understand yet. So it all
Hmm.
kind of like, I was just, I like, I would hear the message to do it and I would just do it, not question it. And then
Yep.
later on, it all came together of the how and why.
Yeah. Absolutely. Agreed.
Hmm.
Agreed. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the brand. That's your brand story. It's pretty much just
Hmm.
how you started your business, and how has your business transformed your life and how it benefits you. See in your mind, heart, body, and spirit.
Oh, yeah. So when I first started, I was only doing paid readings, but not a lot of people, like were booking readings. So that's how I evolved with, doing the custom bracelets, the custom malas that I do, and all
Hmm.
the jewelry and candles and kits, everything else. So if they didn't want a reading, I had other things that they could,
Exactly.
exactly. So, and then when I went out to Forsyth Park, I just started doing mini readings for free and building a relationship with the park spirits. I left offering to the trees and working and coming there every weekend and working with the spirits there is super rewarding. I think karmically, giving people the energy that I do and the readings that I do, I feel like there's a huge like karmic return on that.
Hmm.
So they want to keep me coming back and keep me doing this. And in order for
Yeah.
that to happen, I need to be doing at least, pretty
Right.
decent, which I do. So
Right. That's
it's
good.
helped me grow tremendously by just not really, actually, just not really worrying about, just being out there and not really worrying about whether, what I make or what I don't make and that kind of thing. Just be there for
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely. I get that
and
100%.
yeah, and then later on, if I have to worry about that, I'll square up with that some other way. But yeah.
Hmm. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. I go out there from time to time, if I'm not officiating a wedding,
Mhm,
or doing the plethora of things that I do with brand story consultations and such. So
mhm.
for me, that's some days I'm just, and then some days too when I'm out there, the energy for me doesn't feel right. I'm like, all right, cool, let me go home.
Well, if that happens, um, I I do energy clearings out there by donation. I have
Hmm.
a like an organite wand. Do I have it here in front of me? No, of course I don't. But anyway,
But
um,
that's an indication for me. It's just like
yeah.
something
So yeah,
coming
I
through for
take
me.
I do. I don't even need my wand. I could just do it with my hands. But
Hmm.
the wand is like an organite. It um, takes the Earth's gravitational energy and collects it into the wand and helps me clear the energy on somebody's aura.
Mm.
Um, but also, like you said, as far as doing um, ordination work, I'm twice ordained.
Hmm.
I with the Universal Life Church and with my um, Norse Germanic pagan heathen group in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then what I do is after I make my creations, I do a blessing on the items in Old Norse, And then I say,
Wow.
your item has now been blessed by the gods and elves. May it serve you well. And then I give it to them.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that's what sets you apart from everyone else that does what you do too, especially with the park. I think that
Mhm.
that's so important
Mhm.
to do
Yeah,
that
I
for
do
sure.
the readings on the spot. So what I do is I
Mhm.
pull crystal cards and I pull rune cards, and based on
Mm.
the crystals that come out and the runes that come out, I then put together a custom bracelet um, that serves as like crystal and runic energy medicine
Nice.
for whatever it is that came up there that they need help with.
Got
So.
you. Got you. Got you.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're so aligned in that way.
Yeah.
Good
So yeah,
stuff.
do it right there on the spot. I have all my beads hanging right next to my table. I use about 150 different crystals. So that took some time
Wow.
to acquire.
I bet. I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah, between
Awesome.
sourcing and finding reliable sources, good quality sources. Sometimes you see things online that aren't legit and you don't find out until you get it in the mail and you're like, oh, well, guess I'm not ordering from there anymore.
You're like, what's this bullshit?
Yeah.
Don't mind
Uh-huh.
me. I have a potty
Yeah.
mouth. But anyway. But
Um,
no, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like, do you have any of your pieces you want to show?
I do. I just grabbed it off the table. Here's one that I did for myself here. Spirit
Okay.
called me on not being enough of a team player and being too focused on my business, right? So I needed to, get some clarity with this clear quartz, and this
Mhm.
amber here was helping to keep my energy clear. And this is all about just helping me clear my energy so I can keep my energy up enough to handle the full scope of my life, not just work on my business and work from home, work on my business, work from home. No, I have chores to do. I have a car to maintain. I got to, apparently I have to do it all. So I have to be a
Yeah.
good team player. So that's what this is for. And I also do um, Thor bracelets because I live
Okay.
Thunderbolt, and we have so many thunderstorms, and the god
Oh
of
yeah,
thunder
yeah.
visits us, and the god of thunder visits us often. I make these runic bracelets. This is a runic invocation to Thor.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Beautiful.
it's made
I
of
love that.
labradorite. I make all different styles, different crystals for different meanings. Like I would do one with petrified wood to help somebody get out of survival mode and that kind of thing. Um, I have
Yeah.
candles here that I make, and they're all scented so nicely. I love when I make my stuff here because it's just
Yeah.
fills the house.
I'm definitely
Then I
gonna.
make these. Then I make these kits here, and it has the Florida waters and the salts. And this is a Tektite necklace, and this is homemade incense,
Mhm.
and just a dressed little candle that I make there. So, and it's
Cool.
all, yeah, it's all filled with all the stuff, the powerful stuff that I've used on myself.
Cool.
So,
Yeah. I'm gonna have to come and see you for some petrified wood,
oh,
something to that
I got,
effect.
I got you. But since my business is growing, I have outgrown my space.
Yeah, I bet.
Look at, I've outgrown my. If anybody in Savannah has a little 10 by 10 temperature controlled space that they can, let me rent, I would be so grateful
It's
because
so crazy. There is a this company, Glue Gallery something. I'm gonna send you the information. And
hmm
they're actually leasing out spaces. It's starting soon. I can send you the documents that they sent me.
yes,
Not a
yes,
problem. I got you. Because I'm
I,
I'm interested, but then I'm not interested because, like I said, I have so much stuff going on, and I'm in the process of writing my fifth book.
oh, awesome.
Thank you. So I
Yeah.
have that going on, and I really want to just focus on definitely expanding the brand story consultation business that I have going on. And so for me, it's just like a lot of different things, but I'll send the information to you because I think it'll be beneficial for you.
Very much so, thank you.
Yeah, of
um
course.
I have a market coming up. I'm trying to get into all the local markets. Last year when I started, I didn't have a clue. This
Hmm.
year my calendar's like so
Yeah, for
I have to get
sure.
the link tree up. There's so much that I still have to do.
That's
um
what I do.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm hey, you know what?
I got you. We'll
Yeah,
talk. We'll talk.
we'll talk because I definitely need some help.
You
Yeah,
got it. You got
throw
it.
me a life raft. I'm
Right.
trying.
So thank you so much, Lisa, for coming on the podcast. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Tell everyone where they could find you. Not only in Savannah,
Oh,
but just like in the online spaces.
oh, okay. So, anyway, this coming weekend, I'll be
Mhm.
at the Devil's Marsh Market on MLK at the Clyde venue
Okay.
from 11, I think it's 11 to 5 or 12 to 5,
Mhm.
something like that. And then Magical Healing Works is on Square sites. I have magicalhealingworks.com. I'm Healing Works everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm not on X yet because, that's just a whole different venue for
Ciao.
different things. Yeah, yeah. I just don't.
Payhip.com.
What's that?
Payhip.com. It's kind of like an Etsy, but you have more reign over
Oh,
your
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on Whatnot. I'm on Macari. I'm on
Okay.
Amazon. I'm
How
on.
is Whatnot? How is Whatnot? Because I wanted to try it out, and then I took the app off. I've been on Macari a couple times over the course of the years, and I took that app off too.
Yeah, yeah, it's all like really hit or miss online. I feel like well,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I know most of my traffic and most of the success of my business has been in
Market.
person,
Market.
yeah,
Yeah,
in person.
absolutely.
Yeah, because they
Because
can't
this
smell, yeah, they can't smell the candles. They can't see how awesome our crystals
right,
are. And,
right.
you know what I mean? They really don't have the opportunity to get a full grasp of what
Or
I offer.
or even experience you, the person who's creating the products.
Correct. Correct.
Exactly. That's what it
Yeah.
comes from. I'll be at Soul and Flavor Food Truck
Mhm.
Festival on Saturday on Abercorn, further up. That's where I'll
Oh,
be as a vendor. So
nice.
we'll talk. We'll get some stuff done. I
Okay,
have a
yeah, I'm
feeling.
usually at the park on Saturday, but if you're still there, like maybe after 1 or 2 o'clock, I can definitely swing by.
Okay, well, I will
Mhm.
be there. Yeah, and just let me know where you're gonna be at times because I'm serious about that petrified wood.
Oh,
Just saying.
yeah, yep. You know, you can come over and you can come shopping
Okay,
because
good. I
I
love it.
mean, yeah. See, I don't know if you can see that wall back.
Yeah, I see it. Oops.
What happened? Okay,
Oh,
there's a
it just
wall of bracelets right here, like all that.
perfect.
That's all bracelets.
Let me show you what I got going on over here.
Uh-oh, did I do something?
No, can you hear me?
No.
Can you see? Oh, you good? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Uh-oh.
Oh, I think we're back.
You good? Are we good? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Sorry about that.
So this is the number that I made.
Oh, that is so pretty. Yeah, that's awesome.
Got this one.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
these
so nice. You know what? Oh yeah.
oh,
Uh-huh.
also
Yeah.
waist beads.
Nice.
Yep. So this is what I'm doing for Saturday. I'm doing like maybe
Cool.
10 waist beads and like 50 bracelets or whatever. So
Yeah, I think I might be able to offer you some of my stuff wholesale that I'm not like because I ordered some things that I don't really use. It's just kind of like, I
yes,
ordered.
please. I'll
Yeah,
come over and shop for sure.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. So,
Cool.
yeah, I just got a hold of some Libyan Tektite. I make rings too. And
Nice.
I got a hold of Moldavite. Wait, sorry, Moldavite
Oh
here.
my God. I love me some Moldavite. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
we'll talk.
I have a whole bracelet of Moldavite here. Oh
Oh
wait, is
my
this the Moldavite?
goodness.
No, is this the Moldavite? Yeah, it is. Yeah, Moldavite.
Can
So
you answer this question for me? Why is Moldavite so damn expensive? It's so fucking expensive.
it is. I guess because there's not a whole lot of it. I guess because
Yeah.
it's formed by the meteor hitting the Earth, and the heat from the meteor formed the glass. And yeah, I have Libyan Tektite here and Moldavite. And I make little necklaces too, very affordable. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Sounds
My Moldavite, these rings, they're made
good.
with real silver. They go from like $20 to $30, yeah, per ring. And
Okay, just
that price,
take my
that
money. Take my
price,
money.
That price for Moldavite is a deal.
I know it is a deal because I've been to the different, because I'm from New York, so I've been to all of the medical physical stores in New York, and that ring would be
Mhm.
like $70 or more in New York.
Exactly,
I
exactly.
know.
I'm from New Jersey.
Look at that. Yeah, we're definitely going to connect for sure. So thank you so much for coming on podcast. I appreciate you. Podcast listeners, you heard it here first. Check out Lisa, Magical Healing
Thank
Works,
you.
her website. You're welcome. Check out her website, her Instagram, Facebook, all of the things you're in the Savannah area. Please and go check out this goddess of Forsyth Park. You will not be disappointed in no way, shape, or form. Her energy is beautiful. It's sacred. Her essence is amazing. And yeah, like I said, just be grateful in all things, everything. And if you have to catch the replay, have a note and a piece of paper and a notebook and a pen because she just gave you some nuggets and a half and some education at the same time.
Mhm.
So we'll talk soon. Talk to you guys later. Have an amazing day.